Hey campus, Georgia, back in the man cave. And yep, I did really call the video that title. It's true. 2 dicks, a Czech, and a troll. Euro knives. Let's check him out. So what I'm talking about here is, like I said, these 4 knives. They're all European, somewhere in Europe, Asia. Interesting. Some interesting history. Way more history than a lot of knives we normally deal with. These guys, some of them go back to the early 1800s. Quite a history. How do I know? Yeah. I looked them up. Here's what I found out, and let's look closely at these guys. Then I'm going to give them a quick cleanup because, honestly, they just need a good polish and sharpen. So let's look at them. First up is these 2 guys. I believe this was mail call, and this I sprung $8 for. $8. Anywho, these are the 2 dicks nicknames from my unsupervised youth. Speaking of dicks, these 2 are Richards of Sheffield, and you can see him here. This guy here, very nice. A basic little camper. You've got your main spear point, your screwdriver, your bottle opener, your can opener. Very nice cracked ice scales. And here you can see, I'll show you the tank stamp and you'll get a better look at it here. See it there? It's pretty distinct. It's that one that has the lamp, like an old style street lamp, and it says Richards-Sheffield, made in England. I have a couple of them, and these 2 were the latest additions. You can see here, this guy, same thing again, very similar. The nice handles, you can see grey and silver cracked ice, really. For $8, I'll take that sticker off. There's a swell end, and you can see it here. It's pretty obvious. Swells towards the back, single blade. Very nice little knife. Great little pocket carry. How old they are, I haven't yet figured out how to age them, but they are solid knives. They're well made. So I thought, I need to have a little bit closer look at the history of these guys, and this is what I found out. The first thing that came up when I typed in Richards was Richards is arguably the only 20th century Sheffield firm to make a fortune from what had been the cutlery industry's staple, the manufacture of pocket knives. So they made a lot. Obviously they're from Sheffield, originally came from the rivalry Solingen, Germany, which was the place for knives because of, all the forests had all that wood where they could make the steel and all that good stuff. Well, Sheffield became a big competitor to that. So if you look at the history of Richards, they started around 1900 in Solingen originally. And it was the members of the Richards, spelt with a Z at the end, a TZ at the end, like that. And Stephen and Wilhelm Müller, 1932, joined Paul, 1937, and started the company that became Richards in Sheffield. So they started in Solingen. The name was changed before the war from Richards with the Z to Richards. And what they did, that lamppost on the tank stamp, they brought that across with them, which was a reminder of their roots, because it was a significant part of where they were. there was this big street lamp right outside their manufacturing plant in Solingen. So very cool there. And people are going to say, why did you call them dicks? So I looked that up. That's from the common nicknames for Richard include Rick, Ricky, Rich, and Richie. Historically, Dick was also a common diminutive of Richard, though it has since become and acquired other connotations. So back in the day, in the medieval England, nicknames were used because there were so much confusion. Everybody had the same names. They were named after their, the serfs were named after the princes and the landlords and all that. And to stop that, to make it easier, they started nicknaming people. And the way they did it, believe it or not, an easy way for them to remember was by rhyming. So Richards became Rick, Ricky, and Rich, and then Dick. Now, back then, Dick was just Dick. Today, it has other meanings, so it's not as common because it's kind of derogatory. But growing up, I knew a lot of Richards who were called Dick or Dickie. So that's why I did that. And I thought while I was on a roll, I'd just go with these guys and say a check, which is this knife, and a troll, which is this knife. We'll get into these too. Interesting. So that's why I had that little play with names on the description. And so here you have these knives, and you can see they're very popular, very popular. So here you can see, well made, both clamshells. These are both clamshells. This one has a shield on it, which is a little bit different to the shields you're normally seeing. It's a little bit longer, deeper, the shield shape. So there's that. Has a bail on it. Very solid knife. Very nice steel, nice thick, heavy blade, just like your typical camper. And then you have this guy, which is basically, like I said, a swell-end jack and clamshell. And of course, it has a smaller spear point on it, just a single blade jack. Very nice little knife. Once again, very popular. It has the half stop on it. Nice snap. Very well made. This guy does not have a half stop on it. Okay. And of course it has those tools. So that is Richards-Sheffield, England. Then I said, and a check. This guy here, once again, very similar to the Richards here. It's a swell end. Subtle differences. You can see on the bolsters, this one has the crimps. This one just has the nicer lines. This is just crimped. It has a bail on it. Nowhere near the quality of this. It sounds flimsy, but it's a nice little knife. Works well, does its job. Has more of, although it's a spear point, it doesn't have that belly on it. It's almost like a big pen blade. And if you look at the tank stamp, and it says Mikov. And on the other side, it says Czechoslovakia. Too long to put all in one line. But it's Czechoslovakian. It's a Czech, hence Czech, knife made in Czechoslovakia. Very nice little knife. It just doesn't have maybe the finish, but the feel. This feels a lot more sturdy than this guy. Very nice. Now these guys have been around a long time. Mikov. And here's what I found out about them. Mikov Knives, Czechoslovakia. One of the oldest knife companies in the Czech Republic and currently the biggest. Yep, still around. Mikov Knives was established in 1794, way back, by Ignác Rossler. Mikov, I'm not sure how it's pronounced, is known for its automatic knives. So that's what they do a lot of today. Featuring exotic woods such as coca-cola, Turkish walnut, snakewood, all them ones. A leading knife company, and it has a really long history. It evolved over time, obviously, being in the Czech Republic, the history, the politics and everything, a lot went on. And the company changed hands in March of 2017, became a company called Monmetron, SRO. Conmetron, sorry, SOR, became the new owner of Mikov, which in the past was a subsidiary of the state. It was a state-owned company. Since October 2017, the two companies merged. It produces a wide range of pocket knives, even today, very popular in Europe and now in the USA. Folding knives, hunting knives, switchblades, work knives, also kitchen, butcher and sporting knives. So like I said, it goes back to 1794, way back, and they're still around. So a lot of history. They employ about 2,800 to 3,000 workers, and export mainly to European countries and also the USA, South America and Canada. So there you go. So this guy has some serious history behind it. And nice little knife, nice little pocket knife, everyday carry. It's even got a bail, and it's a swell end, and it'll go in your pocket nice. It's very light, I will say that. But like I said, the Sheffield feels better. It feels more sturdy, and I think the clamshell on this one isn't as solid. If I tap this, solid. If I tap, but two very cool knives. Once again, dating these things gets better. Now we get to the troll. No nicknames, no nothing. It's a troll knife. See this? It's pretty well made, and it's very cool, and it's called a troll knife, easy open. It's got that thing there, and that's as far as it goes. They say this is an easy open. I have never found a knife that hasn't been modified or anything like that it is that hard to pull out. It has a half stop, thank goodness, and makes me nervous every time I open this thing. It is so hard to open. The spring on this is, it's pretty tough, but when it's open, it's open. And if you have a look here, it even says on the blade, easy open. And it has a badge on there. The material, I'm not sure, but it's, that wood look to it. I don't know what you call that style. And it has the dip in here for the easy open. Has a bail. It's well made, very well made. Close it. Got to be careful. This is almost dangerous. Well, it's dangerous, because I'm going to tell you, you get your finger in the way of this, it's going to sting. Oh, there you go. The troll knife. Now, like I said, all these knives are in pretty good condition. These three here, no problem. Just a polish and a sharpen. This guy here will take a little bit more. There's a little bit of marking on there. Got to get rid of that and clean it up and make it all nice. So not a lot there. I'll just go through that. I'll show you basically what I do on these ones and what I do on this one. Back to troll. You want to know who Troll Knives is? Well, I got to tell you, so do I. When I first looked up Troll Knives, the AI information said, troll is often confused with, believe it or not, this guy. Now, where they get that from, I don't know. But then I looked down, and some of the references were Facebook and places like that. And apparently this was considered a troll knife, a nickname for the knife style. And this is the Black Cat from Mercator, which had like I've told you before, has a lot of history behind it, not all of it good. Beautifully made knife, love this knife, carry it a lot, and it's made in Germany. Mercator, known as the Black Cat or the 55, but it has some iffy background use. Became very popular. In fact, it became almost a cult knife. So the name Troll, I think, was associated with that. But this is actually the name of the maker. And if you look here, you can see it there. It says Troll, Germany. That's it. And you know what? That's all I found. Apparently, even in goings, all it says is Troll, Germany. That's it. No address, no nothing else. But they existed. Do they still exist today? I don't know. And, it may have been one of those, maybe in Europe they do the same thing as here, where somebody made a knife for Troll, whoever they are or whatever, and made it for them and just put Troll, Germany on it. So I don't know, but like I said, very, very not cool. Easy open, well, my foot. Let's clean them up. So here we are, we have the 4 knives. And as you can see, these guys are in really good condition. I think I can just clean them up with mothers, and then although they have a nice edge on them, we can touch them up. You can see a little bit of rust here. I think a quick couple of swipes with 1000 will get rid of that, and then we'll mother them up. They take very little cleanup. There's a little bit here on the Troll. Should be nice, easy, quick cleanups. This guy, a little bit more. Got to clean the inside and get rid of some rust marks. With 1000, maybe 600. We'll get rid of it and just hit it with 1000 and 10,000 very quickly. Grit sandpaper, clean the inside, and then polish and shine. We're going to do this guy first because these ones will be easy. I'll show you one of those and then you'll see the rest. Let's get this guy cleaned up. As always, support your blade when you're messing with it. So I'm just going to clean this guy up. Let's start. Like I said, this doesn't look too bad. I'm going to start, I think, with just a straight 1000 and see if we can get it off. Oh, I'm going to need more. Let me try 600 quickly. Yeah, some 600. And all I'm going to do, I'm not going to spend a lot of time rubbing this with the 600. I'm just using it to get the heavy stuff off. Try and get some of this, the nicks and scratches reduced. Once again, painter's tape for me, best friend. You don't want your hand going across that blade when you're doing this part. So I like to just double over, get it in there, and back and forth. We got a bit of shine back. I don't know if you can see that. I don't want to really go over these with 600. They don't need it. The silver, it's nickel silver, obviously. It's got no scratches or anything on it. You just want to clean it up. Now the back here, and you've got to be careful of your cracked ice here. You don't want to catch it and break it, so just go slowly. You just want to get rid of the bad stuff. These are in really good condition. Makes life so much easier when people look after their knives. Okay, there you go. Not even going to do that. Doesn't really need it. There's no scratches or anything. I am going to go now to 1000 very quickly, and then we'll go to 10,000 on everything else, and then mothers. And I don't know about you, there's nothing worse than a rusty well. People tend to forget about that stuff. Let's do the tools. Here I'm going to go over very lightly with the 1000. Just want to get off any, smooth it up a little bit. Don't want to press hard. See, you got some little marks here, but you know, it would be nice to get rid of them, but the celluloid is very thin. So, and of course, don't forget your bail. So now we're starting to get a nice shine back, nice little cleanup. Now I'm going to go to 10,000 and then we'll do mothers on everything. See how 10,000 really helps. We're just prepping everything for mothers. When you use a smaller grit, the quicker everything heats up. Keep that in mind. Don't overheat this, because you see the dirt here? It will melt into it. So you just want to go over very slowly and lightly on the celluloid. And the same thing goes when you use a metal polish. It'll heat stuff up very quickly. And here you have it at 10,000. Starting to really shine up now. So, time to move on to mothers. And here you can see we did the mothers. Nice, beautiful, even shine. Really cool. Nice knife this. Well made. Everything. Oh, I got extra mothers in there. Try to avoid getting mothers inside the bolsters. It's very abrasive. You can see why they made a lot of money. They did a good job. Look at that. Is that not beautiful? Let's do these guys with mothers, including this troll. So here is the other Richards. It's in pretty good shape. I'm just going to go over it very quickly with mothers. Wow. Look how nicely this sheen cleaned up. Look at those. Look at that. Is it not beautiful? Such a geek. And see how well. That's just with mothers. So the check. You can see it here. And your check. Very nice. Look at the handle once again. Clean up, beautiful. Look at that. Loving these knives. Very pretty. Very cool. Let's get that troll done. That makes me nervous. Let's clean up the blade and all the metal and everything. Not sure I want to use mothers on this. I'll try it. If it doesn't look good, I've got another solution. Cleaned up nicely. It's a nice knife. Just that spring. Ooh, makes me nervous every time I want to open and close this guy. like now. And I think the safest way, oh, I want to try something quickly. I have some orange cleaner. Let's see if we can make these cleaner. Shine anyway. Orange glow. It looks cleaner, but it's not making it shine, and I suspect it's the material, and it actually makes it grippy, so that's probably why they used it. Here, open this guy. Oh, it's a nice little knife. I just don't know if I would carry it, because every time I open or close it, I'd be nervous in the service. So there you go. Got to go run a quick chore, and I'll be back, and we'll have a look at these guys right after we sharpen them. So I just got back from taking a load of trees to the dump. Package. Mail call, right? Well, kind of. This is from my brother-in-law. If you remember, I went to Arizona and was there a couple of days with the family doing some whatnot stuff. And I left something behind, and he texted me, he said, package on the way, you left something behind. Well, here it is. I don't know what I left behind. Oh, I left my swimsuit behind. You know, in Arizona they have swimming pool where you can swim all year. In Minnesota, we don't have swimming pools. You don't want to be swimming all year. Swimsuit package. Ha! I wonder. Need a knife. Black cat. Best way to go. Oh. So, when I was over there, you might have seen the video. Maybe not. Oh no, sorry. It was a members video. I made a short video of my visit there. My brother has a man cave. And while we were there, he showed me some knives he had, and he's had them since forever. We were looking at him. He sent them to me. Weren't we just talking about this? Victorinox, Switzerland, stainless rotisserie. Look at the badge. Huh? What's that about? See it? I'm not sure what that badge is. But what I'm talking about is this style, which I want to say is cigar, right? And it's really thin. I love this style of knife. And Victorinox, you know, when they make a knife, they make a knife. He sent it to me. Very cool. And then we got this guy, right? You're thinking, no, it's not. It's an advertiser. And if you look carefully, you might be able to see what it says. Can you see that? We got some work to do on this. We can make that look good. Coors, the beer dudes. And this is Colonial. Check it out. See that? Colonial, Providence, USA, stainless. It's unusual. I don't think I've seen a Colonial like this. Pretty rusty. But it's pretty cool. It's got cores on it. That'll be a fun thing to fix. Oh, it's broke a nail. Oh, lordy. Wow, what an unusual bunch of blades, right? Check this out. See that? You've got your regular little flat screwdriver, can opener, big flat, bottle opener, and you got this. Is that meant to be the awl? Yeah, it is. It's the awl and your spear point. Very cool. Colonial. But this will be a cool project. You know why? Oh, look, it has a badge. Oh, are they cheating? Look at that. It has a badge on the front too. Almost or Swiss knife-ish. Very cool, but it's got cores on the front. We're going to have to clean this up and then get our nail polish for my nail I just broke. You put it in there and then you sand it down and it'll bring it out. Can you see it? See that? That'll be a cool project. Woot. Hey, hey, hey. And I gotta say, very cool. So there you go. My brother-in-law sent me a mail call with my swimsuit. Whoops. Even Mary, she heard me say mail call, so she thinks it's for her. She's like, what is this? It smells like Arizona. That was just a quick mail call. I thought I'd share that with you. And back at it. We got to sharpen those knives. Oh, quick update on these. I spoke to my brother-in-law. This badge, see it there? South African Defence Force in the 70s, 73 to 76, according to the tang stamp. Can't get it to focus, but here's the tang stamp. So 1973 to 76, back then Sandy, my brother-in-law, and my sister lived in South Africa for a while. He worked for a parachute manufacturer, and they were skydiving. They were big into skydiving. He says that's where it came from. So that South African Defence Force logo, no longer, but there you go. This guy, the Colonial, with the cores on it here, actually came from Colonial. It was made by Colonial for Cause, who sponsored a competition skydiving team here that went around skydiving different competitions and did demonstration jumps and things like that. And that he says he believes was in the 90s. So there you go, pretty cool. Let's sharpen. So I'm going to sharpen this camper, and there's been a little bit of controversy about gaining the angle. So I have this sitting right now on the blade, and I'm just going to zero it quickly. Okay, so now I want 17 degrees, this to set 17 degrees on that blade. So if I sit this on here, we're at 14. I can adjust it. 17, close enough. And there you go. I now have this at 17 degrees on the blade. Quick and dirty, that's the way to do it. Well, that's the way I do it. And sometimes it works. So what I have here right now is 320. This is pretty dull. I'm just going to touch it up with 320 and then go to 800. So just need a couple of, oh, don't forget, you want that even grind. You want to make sure it's even all the way along that blade. Okay, we've got a pretty even grind there. You don't want to go too much, because remember, you've got to flip it over and do the other side. The overall angle would be 34 degrees because I'm 17 here, 17, total of 34. You don't want to go too much. You want to just get it nice and even. Flip it over and look for that same grind that you have on the other side there. Make it nice and even. That's pretty even right now. It was pretty quick. The reason is because I've already done the other side. And you want to feel here, and you'll actually feel the curl. I don't feel it yet, so I'm going to keep going until I get an even curl all the way along the blade. Okay, I can feel it now all the way along the blade. And I've got a nice even grind, so I'm going to go to 800 now. Of course, I'm going to strop when I'm done. Now with this, all you're doing is you're just cleaning up that grind, because it's obviously a lot finer. You can hear the difference. Once again, you're looking for that peel. It shouldn't take much. You just took the heavy peel off, And we've got a nice even edge there. We're ready to strop. And all I'm going to do now is a couple of swipes with my strop, just to clean off the edge from the 800. Both sides. And you can hear it's sounding nice and smooth now. My notes. Let's see. It cuts, but it's not a smooth cut. But it's a pretty good cut. So there you go. Let's do the other ones quickly. Same process, except if any of them already have a good edge on them, this one does. I'm just going to stay with the 800. See. There you go. Little Richards. Little Richard. Oh, I crack myself up sometimes. Seems sharp enough. Running out of pieces of paper to cut. So there you go. The other Little Richard. The Troll. Now, try and get it open without cutting myself. It's actually fairly sharp, but it's got nicks in it, so here we go. Look at that. Interesting, this thing had some nicks in it, but it cleaned up. I had to take a lot of time on the 320 grit, but it cleaned up. So there we are. Woot! So there you are, campers. 4 really nice Euro knives. Often you hear, I only buy USA, which is fine, and I understand that. These are older knives, vintage, just like just about all the other ones I own that are USA. And I've got to say that these Richards, they're on a par. I would say they're even better than Imperial or Colonial. And you know, you look at it, they're just as good, if not better. It's a solid knife, and it's pretty cool. Good snap, blades are in good condition. You can see, look at those handles, beautiful handles. Here's little Dicky. Look at that, very nice. I got no complaints about these. You know, I've looked at a lot of European knives. I did that a lot earlier on in my channel. When I was doing reviews, I was looking for knives, and I thought, you know what, let me have a look at the rest of the world and see what's out there. Surprisingly, some pretty nice knives. And you know, some of those companies have some huge history. The one from Czechoslovakia, this guy, this is nothing to smart at, you know. It's probably, of all the knives, for me, the one that is, the quality is not quite as good, but the blade is great. Overall, it's great. It's just the shell on it sounds kind of hokey. Mikov, great knife, nice little pocket knife, will do the job. Cleaned up nice. I mean, the handles on these things are awesome. And then of course we have the, you know, the bear trap. This Troll, can't find any information on him, so who knows who made it. You know, I don't know where they got that spring from, but it's deadly. Really makes me nervous, but it cleaned up nice. You know, it's a nice knife. It's actually a very nice knife. Solid, well made. It's German, you know the steel's going to be good. Just don't know who made it. Now, get that back in. What's the snap? Boom! Man, that makes me nervous. And I sharpened it. 4 really nice Euro pocket knives. and they didn't need that much cleanup. Very cool. Loving these things. Wish I could find out more about aging them. It's kind of hard. You don't find a lot of info out there. And the reason we can on the USA ones was because the laws with all the controls of import and export and that, you had to say where the knife came from, where it was made. So, you know, there were tariffs on that. These guys didn't deal with that unless they were selling in the US, then they had to say Germany, whatever. But the tang stamps didn't really help. You all be safe out there, especially with these bear trap turtle snappy things. Man, that thing it's brutal. And the funny thing is, yep, they call it an easy open. Not so much. So be careful with those ones. All you have to do is have your finger in the way, and that's going to cause some serious damage. Just saying. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe. You know the story. Pretty sure I'll be back. And of course, don't forget, if you'd like to support the channel, there's the membership program. A little bit more personal, a little bit extra, and there's 2 levels. Go check it out. There's a join button below next to the subscribe button, just underneath the video. Thanks for watching. Always, always appreciate you guys. We'll see you again soon.